A third of all D.C. district judges were not born in the United States. So there's 15 district court judges, and 5 of them were not born in the U.S. 5 of them. I mean, we're a nation of 340 million citizens. We can't find judges? We have to import them from foreign-born nations? I mean, this is insane. Even worse, none of these judges had any judge experience before they were put on the federal bench. And every single one of these foreign-born judges is involved in an anti-Trump case. I mean, it has to be orchestrated, doesn't it? Why would you select these people to be federal judges with zero experience? And they just happen to be foreign-born, which means they immigrated to the U.S. And every single one of them gets their fingers on some lawsuit against Trump and issues injunctions against Trump. In many of these cases, they're immigration cases. It's absolutely outrageous. If China were choosing our district court federal judges, they couldn't have done a better job. If you're ever compelled to use force in defense of yourself or your family, the good news is that if you defended lawfully, you can be very hard to convict. But did you defend lawfully? Because if you don't know where the actual legal boundaries for self-defense are, it's the easiest thing in the world to innocently step over them, and now you're extremely easy to convict. Good news. In just a single day, you can become an expert on the law of self-defense and make yourself extremely hard to convict. On Saturday, April 26th, I'm holding one of my only twice-a-year full-day Law of Self-Defense advanced classes. This class is taught live by me and live streamed to you. It teaches you everything you need to know in one day, and there's plenty of opportunity for personal Q&A with me as well. Even more good news, when you register today, you save yourself 50% off the standard registration, but that discount ends soon. Your 50% discount and many more details on this advanced class are available just by pointing your browser to lawofselfdefense.com/advanced today. And I'll also drop that link in the description. I look forward to seeing all of you there. Of all the judges in the U.S., all 5 foreign-born judges of the D.C. court managed to get their fingerprints on these controversial cases. So 15 judges, 5 were, so here's one. Judge Chutkan, born in Jamaica, 0 experience as a judge before being put on the federal bench. And she's overseeing DOJ. She's issuing injunctions against Elon Musk. Another one, Judge Mehta, no previous experience as a judge, born in India, overseeing civil cases and some of these firing cases and some of these money cases going through the federal courts, issuing injunctions. Judge Reyes, a brand new judge, another one of these brand new Biden judges nominated in 2021, no prior experience as a judge, born in Uruguay. Okay, openly LGBT Latina. There's not going to be any bias there, right? Against Trump, of course, issued preliminary injunctions against Trump. This guy, my favorite, Judge Amir Hatem Mahdi Ali, born in Canada to migrant Egyptian parents, was not an American citizen until 2019. That's 6 years ago. Graduated with a software engineering degree and then went to Harvard Law School, which sounds prestigious, except you know how DEI works, right? People are not chosen based on merit and quality at these institutions. And I'm reading Judge Amir Ali. I'm reading his rulings. This is not a keen intellectual mind. I'm sorry. This is just not a very good lawyer, much less a judge. He's written extensively about the so-called Muslim ban from Trump's first term in office. Says Trump expresses prejudice and intolerance to Muslims. Look at his professional associations. Capital Area Muslim Bar Association, Muslim American Judicial Advisory Council, National Arab American Bar Association, National Association Criminal Defense Lawyers. Well, that's not a problem. National Police Accountability Project. You know that's an anti-cop organization. The Native American Bar Association. These are all left-wing associations, which is fine. You're entitled to do that. But does that make the best federal judge and someone appropriate to rule on cases involving a man he despises? President Donald Trump. Can he really be impartial? Is there not at least the appearance of impropriety? This is the same judge, of course, that issued that order saying Trump had to pay out $2 billion to foreign organizations within 36 hours, gave him a midnight deadline without any opportunity to verify whether any of those payments were legitimate. Thankfully, that part was stayed by the U.S. Supreme Court. Another one, Judge, I'm not kidding, this is the actual name, Judge Sparkle Suknanan. Oh, by the way, Judge Ali Amir, he was put on the bench in November of last year after the election, after Trump. We knew Trump was going to be our president. The Senate confirmed this guy to the bench, but he wasn't even the most recent one. The most recent one is Judge Sparkle Suknanan, born in Trinidad, a law clerk for Sonia Sotomayor, the wise Latina, one of the dumbest. Anyway, let's see. Last week, she dutifully did her part to slow Trump's agenda, ordering the reinstatement of an executive branch officer who Trump had fired. So ordering that Trump be compelled to delegate his constitutional Article 2 executive branch authority against his will. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. She was, by the way, put on the bench. Do we say? Let's see. I thought I saw it here. I think she was put on the bench January 2nd, this year. This year. She's been a federal judge for a few weeks. She was literally put on the federal bench within days before Trump was sworn in. And now she's committing grotesque separation of powers violations. Does she know what the separation of powers are? I mean, what do they do in Trinidad about this kind of stuff? It's just absolutely outrageous. A third of the District of Columbia judges not born in the United States.
Let's take a look at the percentage of the country who say that we're on the right track. It's actually a very high percentage when you compare it to some historical numbers. What are we talking about? According to Maris, 45% say that we're on the right track. That's the second highest that Maris has measured since 2009. How about NBC News? 44%. That's the highest since 2004. The bottom line is
Since 2004, the highest. You know, that infamous right-wing media outlet, NBC, is reporting that more people today are saying that the country's on the right track under the leadership of our elected Article 2 executive branch President Trump. More people are saying we're on the right track than since 2004. Folks, that's 21 years ago. 21 years ago.
percentage of Americans who say we're on the right track is through the roof. And if you were to compare it to when presidents have historically been reelected,
of course, this is CNN reporting. This is not Fox News.
Is not constitutionally eligible to run for reelection, but I think it sort of puts it in perspective. 42% of the country says the country is on the right track when the incumbent party is reelected. And also keep in mind, back when Kamala Harris lost and the Democrats were turned out of
I just have to say, just look at that woman's face. Look at the expression on that woman on the left. I'm going to make it pick up the whole screen just so you can look at her expression. Look how miserable she looks. Oh my gosh, they can't take it. Despite what you hear in the brainwash media, in fact, more Americans think we're on the right track than have for decades. For decades. It's amazing. I'll finish it out here.
Power, only about 27 to 28% of the country said the country is on the right track. The bottom line is right now, a much higher percentage of the country says we're on the right track.